Hello, everyone. So, the topic, of course, has to be soul. So, we are talking about soul. I'm talking about soul. Maya isn't here because I cannot get an interaction with her. And she also gave up on 4 tries. Explain? Anyways, I'm going to get into this. So, I will be answering questions, mainly about 22 and Joe. So, I'm going to get into this. As Maya and I originally planned, we had an introduction for 22 because that was going to be our only thing. We had her own, we had all of her storylines set up, just we didn't know we actually had to answer questions first. The first question that we were going to answer was, why do you believe 22 was so intrigued with Connie? For this question, Maya did actually answer. As 22 went to Joe's body, she had the same experiences of what Joe originally had, which caused her to love music and jazz. This is where the true answer comes in. You see, now that 22 is in Joe's body, she loves every kind of music, mainly jazz. The reason why 22 was so intrigued by Connie, again, in Joe's body, was because she was unbothered of her surroundings. But that's just what I think. One of the questions is when Joe craved 22 pizza and liked it for the first time. Then it wants us to describe how we had something and liked it for the first time too. I can compare the pizza moment to when I had my first McDonald's vanilla shake. It's like, I hated it because I thought it tasted bad with the whipped cream. And then I drank it for the first time. And it was actually pretty good, you know? I'm drinking that every day now. Not specifically every day, just whether I get to get some McDonald's. Those were the 2 questions I wanted to answer about 22. Now we're going to move on to Joe. This question was wanted to be answered by Maya, which was, why should Joe accept a full-time teaching position? And why was he hesitant? As the first one wanted to be answered by Maya, I cannot express how tired I am to even say it. But I'm pretty sure she said something about the answer being related to one of the other questions, which was Joe's other student, being Curly, helping him get the gig. So, it's rather that the gig helping happening thing was in 22 as Joe or Joe as Joe. Either way, in both bodies, they must have both hesitated, which comes to my answer of hesitation. You see, when it came to Joe needing to decide on which one, he had to think really hard on it, in which has resulted him in a state of denial. But once he has the gig, he says his life just started after he died, which just confused me on which does he mean. Mostly about the gig part, but he could supposedly be talking about the full-time job and if he actually took it or not. So that hesitation question about taking the full-time teaching job is worthy enough. So that's basically all of it. Maya did most of the work. Well, kind of most, because she did writing and most of the planning, you know. She wanted to write about 22, which was her idea. All this was her idea, just I came up with the Joe part. And since this was due on the 15th, I decided to record it and post it on my YouTube. And the reason was because I thought we didn't have enough time at school. I took over the papers. The papers are what we wrote for everything on here. The writing, the scripting, whatever we had to say. So yet again, this is the end of what we had to say. Have a nice day.